Folks, are we on? Are we on? It should be on. Well, I have no one to come anyway. Just me recording this podcast. $7 p.m. Gonna start. Guess or not. Getting nervous here. Should be 7 p.m. Should be. Yep, 7 p.m. Let's roll. And hey folks, this is J Kid for the Ministry of Otaku. Today's date is May 29th, 2021. It's been 15 months. 15/16 months since the last anime convention I've covered, which is Otakon 2020, and since then, on May 15th, everything went to shit. Everything went to shit, and basically the world basically just collapsed due to Chrono-chan. So we had due to Chrono-chan, we have our first ever lockdowns. The first ever pandemic lockdowns. And due to these pandemic lockdowns, every anime convention was either cancelled or converted to a virtual con. And these virtual cons are nothing more than glorified live streams. The first and only virtual con was Otakon Online. And frankly, I say, even though they did the best, even though the convention organizers did the best they could, I didn't really enjoy it. I was more productive cleaning my tiny room at the time, and believe it or not, I have a grand operation, I have a grand campaign of conventions I was planning to attend. On 2020, there was Manifest Otakon I attended. I was planning to go to a spring convention, which I didn't plan for. Definitely going to Otakon. And I was definitely going to a high school convention that I was planning to I was planning to go to that convention for years. That high school convention in around Anne Arundel County. That's been long going for years. It's been ongoing for years. And also there was Baltimore Comic Con. There's an African American convention known as BloodCon. And there's also 3 conventions in the New York City metropolitan area. New York Comic Con, Anime NYC, and DerbyCon, which is legendary. If I can find that badge. Yeah, where's that badge? There it is. This is the legendary badge they had, which I can show you here. This badge here, if I can show it to you. Shit, too. Yeah, if you can actually see it from here. This badge here, you see here, is the standard of what anime convention badges should look like. Dates, need help, social information, social media information, link to a digital guide, and the fine print. This convention badge is huge. And to be honest with you, I actually like this badge because it's simply huge. It has all the information you need. Now, DerbyCon was one of the was a Otakon. Oh, did I mention the Anime USA? 2020 was going to be a grand convention year, and it was going to be the first convention that I was planning to attend. The first DerbyCon 2019, I was planning to attend that convention for all 3 days. Anime New York City as well, but Comic Con, it's just gonna be for 1 day. I mean, once you might be 2 days. I was planning to attend New York City for 4 days, and 2 days. 2 of those days will be Comic Con days, and the rest of the time just be exploring the city. Because because you need at least 2 days to experience New York Comic Con. 2 full days. 2 full days. But here is the problem. Oh wait, I should have finished. No, not the problem, not the problem. But anyway, I had this grand convention operation season. A campaign of conventions. The 2020 year will have been the best year ever for conventions. Because anime conventions and fan conventions have peaked in 2019. And 2020 would have been that peak as well, if it was not for the lockdowns. I mean, if it wasn't for the lockdowns, we could have a bit of hygiene here. We could have been recommending wearing masks. We could have had some shows held outside. It would be a bit weird, but it's basically close to normal as possible. Life will go on. We might have some cosplay, joke cosplays of Chrono-chans. Especially cosplays of Chrono-chans. But no. The media pumped in 15 months of fear porn. 15 months of scare porn. And politicians and governors and mayors crap the bed. They crap the bed. And instituted lockdowns. And they kicked the can repeatedly, over again until they realized that reality set in. Now we got inflation and high gas prices, which forced these states to to end their lockdowns early. And believe it or not, most conventions don't want to operate in 2022. Except, they don't want to operate until 2021. I mean, they didn't want to operate in 2021. They were waiting to 2022 because of the fear porn. Even if you are fascinated, they didn't want to operate. They're just waiting to cancel, or worse, go out of business. Because apparently, in this day and age, you're not allowed to have fun unless it's in front of a computer screen or you're protesting. Now, after 15 months of quarantine lockdowns, anime conventions are back. But that's the good news, because I had nothing to look forward to for 15 months. Straight 15 months. I had a cosplay, a Pokemon Jinka cosplay of Dusclops that is in the back seat. It has not been completed. I had the materials for it, but it's not complete. It's not done at all. It's at the back burner. Now the bad news is that almost all anime conventions are hygiene singling up. They're hygiene singling up, despite the fact that we have vaccines widely available. I mean, they're so available. I mean, they're so available that state governors are desperate. They're desperate to get people to take the vaccine. Either they're desperate through these through incentives, or they're desperate by shaming you. And here's the thing: most of the convention goers I know have embraced this COVID culture, this lockdown culture of not being allowed to look forward to anything except sit in front of the computer screen, eat Uber Eats, watch TV or Netflix, and then sit all day on Twitter. Yeah, this camera's off. Shit. Yeah, sorry about this. The camera keeps turning itself on and off. And then sit all day on Twitter all day, which is really stupid. Let's go to the side camera. That camera's not even functioning properly. But anyway, yeah, go to the real camera. Yeah, this other camera. This other camera is good. Now, anyway, as I was saying, the bad news is that. Anyway, the bad news is that almost all of them are hygiene standards, despite vaccines are widely available. You think that with vaccines, all these conventions will just drop the hygiene veil, drop the sanitation veil, and just go back to normal. Go back to having fun, go back to having conventions, wind down from this dystopian catastrophic year that was 2020. But no, they want more. They're so used to this new normal that they want more and more and more. So they add vaccine proof, requirement of vaccine proof before you pick up a badge, which Con has started implementing, and they're not gonna drop it, even if everyone's vaccinated. And these vaccine proofs. Oh yeah, thanks to Will Rayleigh. Thanks for the 35. Thanks for the 35. Thanks for the 35. What is it? I don't remember what the 35 bits. Thanks for the 35 bits. The Will Rayleigh. Thank you very much. We appreciate it. Now, as I was saying, you would think that these conventions will just drop all these requirements, but they want to add more requirements. They want everyone to take vaccines and have proof that you're taking the vaccine. And when you have the COVID vaccine, they give you the person who gave you the vaccine gives you a card showing proof that you're taking the vaccine. And here's the worst thing: if you attend these conventions this year, you will still have to wear a mask. You will still have to wear a mask. You still have to wear a mask, even if you are vaccinated. Which asks the question: what is the point of a vaccine if I still have to wear a mask in a convention for 14 hours straight while cosplaying? And so far, I've gotten no answer. No answer from congoers that want to pay more for less. That wants to attend these conventions, not for the experience, but for dopamine hits. Because that's what 15 months changed an anime convention scene into one seeking experiences, from one seeking experiences and memories to one seeking dopamine hits. Yes, dopamine hits. That's the sad truth. Basically, 15 months of fear porn, 15 months of cancel culture, because most of our interactions is through social media such as Twitter and Facebook, especially Twitter, because cancel culture has skyrocketed because the resources and things that bring people together, regardless of political ideology or worldview have been stripped from us. Have been totally stripped from us. And this results in a culture that's ready to eat himself up. Basically, eat anyone or cancel anyone that does not participate in this cancel culture. That does not participate in this COVID culture. This lockdownism culture. This mind lock. This cult-like mind lock. And even though conventions are not going to be fun, having all the fun sucked out of it, they'll still attend. And if you be open about it, like me, they get angry. And it's worth knowing that so many of these cosplayers and contentees have been virtue signaling about mask wearing, about staying home, about BLM, and about mask wearing, and about vaccines. That they still want conventions to either not operate or go on with super COVID woke restrictions. Super COVID woke restrictions that will make the convention no fun. And quite frankly, with conventions going up to $100 a year, I cannot in any circumstances attend any convention that is not willing to go back to normal. Conventions are used to as an escape from the troubles of life, from the realities of life for 3 or 4 days. And people want to pay $100 to be reminded of dystopia. So many conventions have just embraced this dystopia culture. BloodCon has gone fully COVID woke. I'm definitely not going to attend it this year until all restrictions are dropped. New York Comic Con, Awesome Con, NYC, they're all owned by Weed Pop, so they are gone COVID woke, despite vaccines widely available and mask mandates are gone. I am not really excited about this convention year at all. I might as well stay home for 2022. I might as well stay home for 2021. But if I had to attend Otakon, which is going to happen this year, I'm just going to buy a badge and just commute. Or just spend a day. And that's it. Spend a Saturday, and that'll be it. And I'm not really excited for Otakon because, from what I hear, there won't be any large-scale events. There won't be large-scale events at night. No Otakon dance, despite the fact that DC is going to have nightclubs next week, fully open and packed. Yet, Otakon may not have a dance. May not have a late-night Otakon dance. Which has been a staple of late-night activities. A full staple. Which begs the question, what's the point of a vaccine? I'll give you an answer. Security fear, hygiene fear, sanitation fear. Vaccines are here and they still want to do sanitation fear. In a time where this pandemic is long over. That is basically LARPing. That is basically LARPing. I don't pay $100. I'm not paying $100 to LARP like we were in a pandemic. We're constantly reminded of dystopia. I mean, it's terrible. I mean, you should see Otakon in Texas. Texas has finally gone back to normal on March 15th. And Otakon still has a COVID policy. And they did not drop that COVID policy because they need to signal themselves that they were responsible. And guess what? Right now, they actually view people in Otakon. despite the fact that hotel rooms are packed and out of stock. People wearing masks. People having 6 feet reminder signs in plexiglass. And people wearing masks. I can imagine the panels right now. Basically, 6 feet apart, one fourth of the room space available, and you have to wear a mask, even if you're vaccinated. Sanitation fear. Miserable. A miserable experience. DreamCon? They're still having this COVID sanitation fear. Despite the fact that the Texas governor has told you, hey, we're back to normal, you don't need to wear a mask, we're 100% capacity, back to normal, but they're gonna vote you sailing up to the bitter end. The only convention that is willing to go back to normal, is Anime Matsuri. Anime Matsuri in Houston, Texas. Now, Anime Matsuri, for all intents and purposes, was hell-bent on holding a convention in 2020 until the mayor decided to play political games by, for all intents and purposes, closing the entire convention center until 2021 because Republicans wanted to hold their own convention. So the mayor decided to make political checks his ass can't cash. His ass couldn't cash. And now, Anime Matsuri is going all in on 2021. Basically, no COVID restrictions, no mask wearing, no hygiene, BS. It's back to normal, as it should be. Anime Matsuri is hell-bent on a back-to-normal experience in 2021. And let me tell you straight up, I am seriously attending Anime Matsuri for my summer con in 2021. Because I've been deprived of any joy or any fun, except watching random YouTube videos, eating, and playing the occasional video game. They're all just copes. Because I've been alienated by this COVID culture. I've been alienated by COVID culture for so long that I have no real friends. I can't relate to the people that I know for the past 10 years because this COVID culture. I mean, seriously, what can I do? I'm basically alone. Basically alone in this world. There are a few convention goers out there on Twitter and Facebook that want back to normal at all costs. But we're so far and few in between. But it's worth knowing that most convention goers don't use Twitter. They don't use Facebook. So what we're seeing is disproportionate amount of and cosplayers live and breathe on social media for likes and retweets, even though social credit doesn't pay the bills. And it's worth knowing that most of these cosplayers don't want conventions to go back until 2022 because they're so used to dystopia culture. I mean, seriously, there is a serious chance that I'll not be attending Otakon 2021 this year, unless they give a full assurance that they are going back to normal, or back to normal as close as possible. Not having international guests this year is fully understandable. You can make that up by adding more panels, or adding YouTubers. Invite YouTubers to come in, because anime YouTubers have been have been pumping content week after week during the pandemic lockdowns. Week after week. They never stopped. Because you want to know what an actual anime convention is, you want to know what real online anime convention is, it's YouTube. It's YouTube. But seriously, I'm seriously not planning to attend Otakon. Because there's not going to be any dance. There's not going to be any Otakon dance or any high traffic values. It's just going to be super Chrono-chan woke. Despite the fact that, as stated on the 10th of January, if DC goes to Phase 4, basically back to normal, basically all restrictions are dropped, they will run the convention as normally. In which I assumed that everything goes back to normal. They're going to have a dance, they're going to have a video game room / arcade, they're going to have opening ceremonies, closing ceremonies, large events, panel rooms. Everything that was in 2019 will be the same in 2021. But what they said on Twitter was something else. What they said on Twitter, that they're not going to have a normal convention. They're going to have the safest convention we can have. Which means sanitation fair. All the works. And I say to myself, no, I'm not going to pay $100 for less. I'm not going to pay $100 for a convention that's going to close at 10 p.m. for unnecessary hygiene fear, for necessary cleaning fear. I'm not going to pay $100 for having no debt and not to have a dance or any fun stuff for an anime convention. I'm not going to pay $100 to wear a mask, even if vaccinated. And what is disgusting is that so many convention goers want to wear a mask, even if vaccinated. It's a pure virtue signaling that accomplishes nothing, and it costs, and it's going to cost anime conventions more money than implementing these sanitation fear measures. It's going to cost them more money. Otakon has lost money, so much money that they were actually close to ending all operations. Permanent closure. Until they had an email blast and Twitter blast saying this. Their firm raised $52,000, around $52,000 in early March. That would not be enough, but that wouldn't be enough. Because Otakon, from their mouth, from Oracorp's mouth, has an operating budget of $2,500,000. Them canceling their anime convention actually cost them a lot of money. Because the DC Convention Center was used as a field hospital. As a field hospital for their mitigation efforts. And it was barely used. It was barely used. That convention center was barely used for a whole year. I mean, Washington DC needs all the money they can get, all the tourists they can get. And these gimmicks, time passes, capacity limits, mask wearing, is going to drive tourists and people that want a normal life away. People are already traveling to free states like in South Dakota, Texas, Florida, and Georgia, just to get away, Just get away from the coastal states. Especially in California, since every convention there is canceled because of Gavin Newsom's policies. So basically, if you live in California, you may have no choice but to travel out of state to Texas for a normal convention experience. And I would recommend doing so if you have the money. Because you deserve a normal convention experience after 15, 16 months of being stuck at home. I mean, you don't have to tell anyone if they've been virtue signaling up. And seriously, regarding this cancel culture, due to the fact that so many people on Twitter, due to the fact that so many cosplayers are socializing on Twitter and Facebook instead of real life, they get their social cues from Twitter and Facebook instead of real life. It changed them permanently. And they're going to act not from social skills, not from social cues and social habits from real life. They're going to behave like they are in Twitter. I've seen one tweet from a person on my Twitter feed, and it was about a person who is cosplaying as an older version of a character from Avatar: The Last Airbender, which is actually canon. And that cosplayer was quote tweeted saying that why is an older adult cosplaying as someone that's 13 years old? While ignoring the fact that the person was cosplaying as an older version, that is confirmed by the showrunners and showmakers as a more older adult, which is actually in the sequel series to Avatar: The Last Airbender. I mean, if you haven't watched Avatar or its sequel, go watch it. I only watched a few episodes here and there, but it's a great series. Go watch it. Don't watch the live-action movie version of Avatar. Don't watch it. It's a waste of time, and it's not M. Night Shyamalan's forte. His forte is on the supernatural. Real-life supernatural. Now, anyway, cosplayers have been acting not like themselves. They've been canceling anyone they don't like because they're socialized by people who are used to Tumblr culture. And these cosplayers are now being socialized through Tumblr style, through Tumblr social manners. And they've been canceling anyone that's cosplaying as normal, or even cosplaying as canon. While at the same time, these people who have been canceling cosplayers, canceling other people, are doing the same. They're cosplaying as those same characters, those same canon older characters, and promoting their OneFans account, if you know what I mean. Their OneFans account. Which is really disturbing. 13-year-olds or 15-year-olds having OneFans accounts. And it's abhorrent and repugnant. No one that is under 18 should have a OneFans account. Oh, God. I mean, I mean, it's a point. I mean, if anyone has a OneFans account, they got every right to have a OneFans account. They have every right to have a OneFans account. They have every right to do so. If they're over 18. During the pandemic lockdowns, there are lots of girls having OneFans accounts. And their parents don't even know. Or they don't care because kids are resilient. Reality says otherwise, but that is another story. That's another podcast. Now, the other thing. Now, right now, I am not watching I'm not watching Otakon's live stream. Because it's just, for me, I don't want to get myself upset. I don't want to get myself upset of how dystopian it's going to get. Because I'm very close to pulling the trigger to going to Houston, Texas, this July. Unless Otakon says we're going back to normal. If they're going back to normal, complete normalcy, Otakon dance, everything, I will cover it as normal. I will cover it as normal. And I'll see this as a good thing. Back to normal, as it should be. I mean, Christ. I mean, I miss anime conventions. Really. I miss having a normal life. Everything has changed, and believe it or not, I don't feel like I belong in society. Anime cons was a way to fit into society. At least I had something to look forward to every 4 to 5 months. But at least I try to find some ways to cope. Throughout this past 15 months, I've been intermittently uploading various videos of the Otakon convention. Various videos of the Otakon convention. 15 months worth. No, not 15 months worth, but 13 years worth. I've only uploaded a portion of these videos. I've only uploaded a portion of these videos. Now if I can find the playlist. No, not the oil library. What's the playlist? What's the playlist? There it is. Now I want to show you the footage for Otakon 2008. Which I've already have here. Which I already have here. Now that's the videos for Otakon. Oh, why this here? Parents push me and Mary. What's that doing here? I'll just say it here. What's it doing here? Yeah, I'll just move it. I didn't manage that. Seriously, what's that doing here? What's that thing playing? Anyway, here's all the footage I have for Otakon. I don't know why that thing's playing. Anyway, here's all the footage I uploaded from Otakon 2008, which I've uploaded uh, recently, last 2 weeks. Otakon 2008 was the first anime convention, the first Otakon convention that I've attended for the full weekend. For a full weekend. Here's one for BloodCon 2019. I'm not attending the 20. I'm not attending the 2021 convention because of this COVID cultural BS, which I'm not going to support. What's another one? There should be another one for Otakon. Wait, what's the channel playlist? There should be other playlists here. Oh, here it is. What was page 50? Yeah, but yeah, seriously. Okay, here's BoeingCon 2019 autography. Otakon 2019 autography. Then the way I do these things, these photography operations, they're called autography. Oh, what the hell? What the hell? We got disconnected? Shit. Yeah, we just got disconnected. Yeah, we just got disconnected. Shit. Gotta reconnect. Great, it says can't connect to the network. It says can't connect to the network. What the hell? Oh god, I wish I got a more stable internet connection. I mean, for all their faults, at least the room I was with, at least they got a stable internet connection. Yep, had to reset the internet connection. Has to be fully reset. What the hell? We should be back to normal. Shit. Yeah, we're connected to chat right now. So we're gonna wait. No, I don't know. 78 minutes. Yeah, we should be back to normal. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. And we are back. And we're back. After being forcibly disconnected for no reason at all. Now, anyway, as I were, these are all the playlists for the anime conventions. I've and there's some also videos as well. I got Otakon 2008, BloodCon 2019, Otakon 2017, Otakon 2019. There's also Otakon 2018. Now, the 2017 to 2019 conventions are completed. All I need to do is upload the headcam material. There is a portion of our footage I attend for Anime USA, the autography footage video for Anime USA, and it's worth knowing that the hotel, which is the home hotel for Anime USA, the Marriott Wardman Park, despite the fact that the Marriott had all intention to keep the hotel no matter what, they shut down. They shut down early this year. And unfortunately, this hotel is going to be converted to unaffordable condos. Rest in peace, Wardman. Rest in peace, Wardman Park Hotel. You survived the Spanish flu, yet they couldn't survive the pandemic lockdowns. Now for Katsucon, now I got footage for Katsucon 2020, Manifest 2020. Now Katsucon 2020 was going to be the first anime convention I recorded in ultra widescreen. I was going to be the only person in the United States to record the convention, certain portions of the convention, in ultra widescreen, cinematic widescreen, the ultimate experience. I bought an old version of the LG V5 for about $100 refurbished, and it works like new. Some deep scratches here and there that you may notice here and there. Some noticeable scratches, not deep scratches, but noticeable scratches, but it was usable. And it was during the time, and Katsucon and MadFest was during the time that COVID was in the United States. And it was peaceful. People didn't came to these conventions and feel getting sick, but many people did came to the convention because they want to have a normal experience. I mean, I got footage for BronyCon 2019, the last BronyCon. Got some footage of CatScon 2019, Anime New York City 2019, CatScon 2020, MagFest 2020. I already have footage for Otakon 2007 and Otakon 2008. Now I got Otakon 2009 footage that is basically being compiled. But it's going to take me years. It's going to take me years. Because the only way you can get me to focus on getting all the footage out for Otakon, all the Otakon Baltimore conventions, is to basically not be left alone. Basically, lock me down for 2 hours so I can get as much work as I can do. I can get as much work as I can do. Basically, get as much work as I can do. And upload all the footage I could. Compile them into movies, upload them, and have them featured. Have them featured. And featured on my YouTube website. Problem is, for the most part, they're all cover footage. Because most people are not interested in the past. They care about the now. They care about the now and nothing else. The only benefit I saw from this is to upgrade all my footage. I mean, upgrade all my equipment and buy new equipment. I've even bought a trail camera that I can just hook up in one of the pylons at the Washington Convention Center. Stay at the convention square, the cosplayers lane / square, and the Sky Bridge for at least 1 hour, and have cosplayers actually take pictures, take video of themselves. I wanted to put a notice, an artist notice saying that this footage is being recorded, and artist notice similar to this. Similar to this convention notice here. Prevent con drama. I started wearing this badge during MagFest and CatScon. And believe it or not, this card here actually saved me. Saved me from trouble. And the first time this actually helped me was during a CVS supply run for CatScon at the Gaylord National at the National National, not the Gaylord National, but the National Harbor. Oh God, yeah, I'm mad to reconnect. Should be reconnecting by now. It says stopping stream. I don't know why it happens. Yep, we're back. All green. It says all recommended. Christ. Let's stop this again and switch ingest servers, shall we? That should be better. We should be better by now. Or not. But at least we are recording as an insurance policy. Christ. Now anyway, that's the only thing I've been doing. It's a major benefit. And it's a major benefit to these streams. Really major benefit. I mean, major benefit to my footage is the fact that I get to upgrade all my footage. And the fact that, oh, the card, yeah, the card. Basically, that card saved my life. Because the card I used basically allowed one person to know that I'm wearing a head cam. Please assume it's recording. And he didn't want to be in the footage. So he walked away. Once he saw the card, he walked away. He was informed, walked away. As it should be. Now, Texas is going to be a different state. And they're going to have different standards for recording and photography. And I don't have a press badge. And it might be too late to apply for a press badge. I might try. I might try for Anime Matsuri. Because I'm strongly attending the convention. Strongly attending the convention. Well, at least I got one thing I did. At least I got one thing that I did just to cope with the fact that I'm not allowed to have any fun. At least I got all these statues, these anime statues. So far, I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21. This is 22. See here? This is 22. And Sayuka is 23rd. Sayuka is 24th. Sayuka from Pura Magi or Magi Pura Madoka is the 23rd. I'm going to show you the 24th. Sorry, Billy. This is the 24th. And I don't know where am I supposed to put this. I don't know where am I supposed to put this. Because I'm actually out of space. I don't know where to put it. Put it in front of my battle station? Or somewhere here. Actually, this is the 25th. Consider I is the, yeah, I've lost count. So I got 25 statues. Oh, that's 26. God. I'm losing count. Losing count. If I get my own place. And the thing is that, if I get my own place, and it's getting to a point where I may have to leave the DC metropolitan area because I feel like it's not my home anymore. It's going to be in a totally different state while having ties in the DC metropolitan area. I'm very close to considering Florida. Florida or Georgia. Hell, even South Dakota. Even South Dakota. Even South Dakota. Because South Dakota is one great place for the outdoors. I'm not really into outdoors activities. But if there is one place you have to go to, which is almost ritual, which is mandatory for your first time, make time to visit Mount Rushmore. Make time to visit there. Remind yourself of the freedoms that we have lost the past 15 months. People need to read a good history book. Even though I don't care if it's left wing or right wing, read a history book. Speaking of books, at least I got plenty of manga. Now, one of my favorite stores in the anime convention scene was Sci-Fi Continuum. The Sci-Fi Continuum. They are still in business to this day. God bless them for their cheap manga. And manga is doing gangbusters in a time where people need escapism. Basically, their manga social, you can buy these. Basically, you don't normally at these conventions you can buy one manga volume for $5. One manga volume for $5. And I got $40 worth of manga. This is basically part of that $40. And it provides you with so much entertainment, so much joy, than instead of reading a regular comic book, a regular American comic book. American comic books are fine, but they all focus on superheroes, and the only variants they offer are variants of colors. Manga offer you variants of stories, of variants of genres, and variants of stories within those genres, especially the isekai. I mean, I was sick of isekai because it's all medieval, which makes a lot of sense because people need escapism. But finally, there's this manga called The Strongest Starship, which is going to be released this year in 2021. I actually did a video on this. A 10-15 minute video with Mass Effect music. Read the light novel and the manga. I mean, seriously, if I was doing an isekai novel, I would do an isekai novel that is dystopia masquerading as utopia. Basically, the dystopia is propping up the utopia, and it will be based on cyberpunk. Basically, it's going to be a homage to Cyberpunk 2077. Basically, it's just going to be an underused IT tech person becoming a tech runner. And it isn't here to save the world. He's there to be number one. But that's a different thing. That's a different episode. Oh, Christ. I just got a tweet saying, "Oh, sorry, most of my friends won't go to show without COVID restrictions." Says here, "Oh, sorry, most of my friends won't go to the show without COVID restrictions. So maybe it's just you." There are so many Congos, even vaccinated, won't go unless there are COVID restrictions. And then, I promise you, they're going to be complaining about these COVID restrictions. They're going to complain about it throughout. They virtue say about needing COVID restrictions, and then they cry about it. So they want COVID restrictions, so they just hear themselves complain instead of having fun. I mean, it's back to normal. I mean, if Otakon basically says back to normal, sweetie, that means that they ain't attending. So here's the thing: if people don't go because of COVID restrictions, if people won't go to a convention that unless they have COVID restrictions, there's gonna be more people that will attend. There's gonna be more people that are gonna attend conventions that are without COVID restrictions. The usual social media virtue signaling people won't attend, but other people will. Other people from out of state. People from where conventions got either COVID woke or cancelled, they're going to go to the first anime convention that has no restrictions. They're just going to travel out of state. And be honest with you, anime conventions need to attract visitors. They need to attract people from out of state at this point in order to survive. Basically, they're all out of revenue. They need to survive. They need to fight and survive. Back to normal. We need to fight and survive. That means attracting people that are willing to go back to normal. That are willing to go back to normal. And that people that are willing to pay airfare to wear a mask, put with TSA BS, and go have a vacation for 4 days. Hell, take a 5-day vacation at an anime at a place they still gonna have an anime convention. Take a 5-day convention, a 5-day experience. Basically, take 1 day. Basically, arrive during arrive before day 0. Arrive before day 0 and get acclimated to the convention convention area. Maybe go to a tourist destination. Maybe go to a tourist destination here and there. Hell, do it in cosplay. Cause society is broken. Because society is broken. Society is broken. And nothing matters anymore. Go cosplay in public. Go cosplay in public and freak the normies out. They're going to be freaked out after chronic virtue sailing they've been doing. And then on day 0, have your rituals there, your last meal, collect your badge, have some fun and excitement, and day 1 through 4 is where the real fun begins. And maybe on day 4 or day 5, maybe stay on the convention. Maybe stay in the convention area for day 4, and on day 5 you leave. Basically, arrive before day 0 and leave after the last day of the convention, probably during the afternoon. Okay, that's 4 days. 2 days. Basically have a 6 to 5 day vacation. Because you deserve it. You deserve a vacation being stuck at home for 15 months. You deserve a relaxing vacation. And seriously, you might make new friends in out-of-state conventions. You may find new friends in out-of-state conventions since the friends that you had went Chan woke. And you have a right to travel. Traveling out of state is a constitutional right. The last constitutional right we have. And if the constitutional right was blocked, oh boy, we're gonna be for a hell of a time. Ugh. Now another thing is that at least I bought some store-bought cosplay. Might be wearing some of it. You know what I like? A jacket that has the words autographer. And on the back that has has the Ministry of Taku insignia on the back like this. Now I bought a new version of this jacket. I bought a new version of this jacket here. New version here. New version of this jacket. It's very similar in design because I've been overdue for a placement of this jacket. I'm gonna be still wearing this for my videos and streams, but outside I'm gonna be wearing that new jacket. Also, I bought several store-bought cosplays. One of them is the Orion High School Host Calls jacket. That's one of them. What are the other ones? Yeah, I'm not going to tell you about the other ones. They're a secret for now. God, it's been so long. It's been so long since I actually cosplayed. On a serious note, I'm working on a letter to Oracorp/Otakon tonight or tomorrow, stating the fact that I've been a 13-year veteran of anime conventions and Otakon attending since 2007, and I'm very disappointed and dismayed that not only you're not willing to go back to normal, that you're actually caring to people that want COVID restrictions, despite the fact that you almost went out of business due to the pandemic lockdowns. And I'm gonna make it very clear that I will not pay $100 to be reminded of a pandemic that has stripped away what is life worth, what is worth living in life. Basically, I want to do everything that was taken away from me in 2020. Being with people I know, walking around taking photographs of cosplayers, having random events, having any restrictions will prevent this. And it's just gonna be a boring, glorified dealer's room, artist alley, panel fest. We just want to have fun back. We want to have randomness back. We want to have back to normal. Because society has probably taken it for granted. They didn't just took it for granted. They literally picked it up and threw it in the trash. And we need to rebuild this scene. And the best way we rebuild it is by saying to its attendees, we are going back to normal. We're going to have a normal convention. We might not have an arcade, which is true. We might not have international guests. But we're going to fill up those gaps. And we're definitely going to have an Otakon dance on Friday and Saturday. Tell people this. And you're going to get more. You're going to get people attending. There's going to be people that are going to be walking out. Won't be buying a badge. But people from our state, people who are into conventions, that want a normal life, will come. Basically, implement restrictions. Your convention will be worse off. The vaccines are here. We're getting close to 70% of people being vaccinated. It's time to go back to normal. It's time we go back to normal. And another thing, bring back the sports theme. Bring back the Olympic theme. Because I've been buying merchandise of each theme since 2007. And I'm dismayed that Otakon basically threw away the merchandise, the planned merchandise for 2020. I'm willing to buy. I'm willing to buy the merchandise for 2020. If they were planning to offer the 2020 merchandise with the sports theme, I was seriously looking forward to buying a full-scale flag of the Otakon. Of the Otakon insignia, the flag of the Otakon insignia that the Otakon mascots were carrying in the promo material. I want to buy that flag. I want to buy the shirt, the sweatshirt. Basically, we want the option of having the merchandise for 2020 back in 2021. I want the entire theme, the entire sports theme, the Olympics theme for 2021. Complete back to normalcy. I don't care if the Olympics gets postponed again, or cancelled completely, or held, Olympics or not. We need to have the sports/Olympics theme back. And this day and age, sports is more important than ever. It brings people together. It brings people together. I mean, seriously. If I was running a convention, I would do at all costs offer the 2020 merchandise or hold the theme and merchandise for 2021. If they offer the 2020 merchandise, the sports theme for 2021, I will gladly buy it. If you're going back to normal, I will buy a badge, I'll attend your convention, and I'll go and walk straight to the dealer's room and buy that merchandise. I'm gonna buy that sports theme merchandise. Hell, make it a poster. I want to see the entire sports theme back for 2021. For 2021. That's what I'm going to put in that letter to Otakon/Oracorp. It's back to normal. Better than normal. Or I'm not going to buy a badge. That's why I hashtag back to normal or no badge. Because people want back to normalcy. And it's shameful that Otakon it may not be playing an Otakon dance. Because there are nightclubs in DC that are hell-bent on packed nightclub rooms. As soon as they reopen, they've been closed for over a year. And I'm surprised that they're still up. I'm surprised they're still in business. The only way they've been in business is they actually owned the nightclub the property themselves. God, Christ. Now, as I was saying about the cosplay folks that are canceling each other, it's a rude thing. We need to go back to normal. Stop canceling each other and actually try to have fun. Cosplay is cosplay. Oh, protagonist N. Protagonist NN. Seriously, thanks for following me. Thanks for following me. We appreciate it. Well, yeah, I don't even notice the notifications. And I had to keep notifications on delayed acceptance because there are still trolls trolling on Twitch that literally spout N-words and getting away with it. God. Be honest with you, I'm planning to attend Anime Matsuri. Yeah. I'm definitely gonna make an official announcement on me attending Anime Matsuri. About me attending, about what I'm gonna do. Maybe reach out to Anime Matsuri. Cause God knows they need guests. Might be a small YouTuber, but it's something. Now I'm going to explain why Tokyo Tech does not have an arcade. It's actually defunct, and why there won't be an arcade for Otakon or for any major anime conventions this year. Now, in short, basically the owner of Tokyo Tech has been named in numerous allegations of personal assault, of indecent assault in anime conventions. Indecent assault of anime conventions. I mean, it's bad enough when you assault someone, but indecent assault is worse. And sexual harassment is a serious deal. And regardless of gender or sex, sexual harassment is a big deal. And all these conventions dealing with health and safety, I think the actual health and safety they should do is teaching convention goers how to recognize sexual assault, how to take care of themselves, how to be healthier people, basically eating right, the 6-to-1 rule. All this needs to be done. But I'm not gonna get to the Tokyo Tech situation. Now, due to the fact that the owner of Tokyo Tech had numerous allegations of indecent assault. See, decent assault, it was getting to a head. The pandemic lockdowns was a cause, was a trigger. He didn't mind continuing during the pandemic lockdowns. He'll just buy his time, wait until he goes back to normal. Until his ex came out on Facebook and brought all the details of the allegations of indecent assault, of sexual harassment that occurred from him. That was the last straw, and he decided to use the pandemic lockdowns to go out of business, using the pandemic as an excuse, and he sold the entire collection of Tokyo Tech arcade video games. This includes the Science Scope, the anime type Science Scope game, all these cool arcade games, the dance games, even a video game where you have two handguns and you control them simultaneously. You move the one handgun, you shoot the other, and you join these two handguns for a massive gun you can use for a special attack. Games such as Final Fantasy, that music-based Final Fantasy game, all those music games, Dance Starlight, all those video games are recorded and photographed throughout my years in anime conventions. They're gone forever. He either gave them away, auctioned them out, or been sent to private collectors. The arcade games are scattered to the four winds, and they're never returning. Unless someone can fill the void. And there is a massive void. There's a massive void for arcades. Because the one reason I attend anime cons is the arcades. I might not play that much, but I like to see people play them. And I did play these arcade games. Especially Scato. I'm going to definitely miss the Scato booth. There's this one amazing video of me recording a Scato match at the last 10 minutes of the arcade video game room in Otakon. I don't know, in 2018, 2019. But basically, the guy holding the booth basically saying, if you don't pass the high score in Scato, you're banned from Otakon. He wasn't banned from Otakon. It was a joke. One sad truth is that one convention that was held by Tokyo Attack, it's defunct as well. It's never coming back. Oh God, it's much worse. The owner of Tokyo Attack actually is committed sex offense. 17-year-old being softened up. My God. There is no mercy for sex offenders, especially in prison. So saith the word of Sean Atwood. You should see his two videos about sex offenders in prison. Basically, go to YouTube, search Sean Atwood. That's ATTWOOD. Sean Atwood, sex offenders. And there are two videos about sex offenders, how they get treated in prison. Now there's three things: don't get busted, don't get high, don't get throwed, which is a form of drunk, and don't get towed. And don't get busted as well, especially for a sex offense or for shoplifting, which is literally a last mistake you'll do. You'll definitely get banned from conventions from then for that, especially if you are convicted. God. God, I hate this. Now, this is the first podcast, this first live podcast I done. record and live on Twitch. I was actually planning to do a weekly series known as Ministry of Otaku Weekly, live streamed. I'm going to talk about all these all these subjects in the anime convention community, subjects in anime, manga, video games, recent news in the anime, manga, video game community, especially the news, especially conventions I'm planning to attend, whatnot. Pictures are going to showcase. Videos are going to showcase. I'm not going to be doing these regular podcasts. It's going to be done in full on the start of 2022. Christ. But hey, at least I got all the equipment I need. At least I got all the equipment I need to be a full spectrum autographer. Something I've been aiming for 7 years. 10 years. At least I got the dream fulfilled. I just need to live it. God. I mean, if I had actual friends if I had actual friends right now for a convention, I would if my friends then bought this they drunk the Kool-Aid, I will not be here. But seriously, that's enough. Thank God I did not watch the Otakon 2021. No. Otakon 26. I refuse to call it Otakon 2021. I call it the 26th convention of Otaku Generation because the online convention doesn't count. It doesn't count as a real convention. I would call it Otakon 26. It's time we go back to normal. Otherwise, if I wasn't able to attend Anime Matsuri, I'm going to throw in the hat and going to retire. I'm going to retire from anime conventions because the new culture has changed completely, and I don't feel like I fit into this new generation of anime cons. I mean, this anime conventions. I'm more of a veteran. I'm more part of the old guard, the last of the old guard. I feel because people that either moved on or just disappeared from Twitter and Facebook because of the chronic virtue signaling. I'm done. Unless conventions are telling people we're gonna drop all restrictions and go back to normal, we're done. We're done. I'm just going to attend Anime Matsuri and then make a movie about it, a documentary about it, and that's it. And that's it. And that's it. So that's it. 1 hour and 40 minutes of podcast material. And I'm going to upload this video on, let me see, on the 31st, 9 a.m. on the 31st. 31st, 9 a.m. I'm going to do random segments as well. I'm going to cut this thing to random segments, so at least you get some extras as well. But that's it. I hope everyone attended. I hope everyone had a good time. I'm going to be doing more of these podcasts as I slowly go back to normal. The old normal is gone. The new normal is collapsing. Normalcy is gone. But unfortunately, I had to live through this. Society destroyed itself. Unfortunately, it's up to us to demand a back to normal. So that's it. See you. See you later. And please go visit my YouTube channel. It's Ministry of Otaku. Follow my Twitter page. Also have a Minds account. Please subscribe and follow me on social media. I'll be back. You take care. Have a good night. Stay safe, healthy, and sane. Because the dystopia is going to get worse. That's it. See you next time.